Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Sunday. Sorry I couldn't join you guys yesterday. I'm just going through the whole burnout thing. I'll be honest with you, I never thought I was going to be doing YouTube videos or any of that kind of stuff. I am a personal injury attorney in California, in Texas, but my love is the Bill of Rights and natural law. I've told you guys before, it's the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, but in actuality, it really is the Bill of Rights. It really is natural law. So natural law, John Locke, in the battle between good and evil, the battle between Hobbes and John Locke. So anyways, I'm super happy to see you guys today. And and my buddy BZ is telling me I only get 2 hours. That, by the way, that's because BZ's doing a show today, a premiere. By the way, BZ is my Marine buddy. And honestly, BZ, that's why I did the show today at 3, because I wanted to get some more sleep. I mean, my alarm just went off on my phone. I've been crashed. I'm totally burned out. I talked to Jody Shiloh yesterday, and I got about almost 250 emails yesterday from people asking me why I didn't go live on Saturday. I like, why didn't you go live? Like, they're literally, like, people are like asking me, like, where were you? Why didn't you go live? And I never thought that I would ever have fans or people who wanted me to go live, but there's a lot of people who are asking me to go live and all that good stuff. Hold on, let me try to get my camera squared away. All right, that's a little better. So I just used my foot to kind of kick the tripod. So hopefully we'll have a good turnout today. But the reason why I didn't go live yesterday is because I'm burned out. I work about 18 hours a day. I made it to the gym finally yesterday, but I haven't been able to train as much as I used to because I took on a new job to try to pay the bills, because obviously YouTube doesn't pay the bills, as you guys probably know. So I'm here today and I'm doing my best to try to teach you guys what I know before God finally, hopefully, takes me to a better place. So Rami and I came up with an idea about how to get the younger crowd to learn about their country, about the Bill of Rights, about the Republic, and all that stuff. And what we both agreed upon is that comedy and laughter is one of the best ways. So at least for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to try to do some of these cop prank videos where I segue into the 10th Amendment Center, where we do some videos about the Republic and the Bill of Rights and our founding fathers. So all you young people who have been brainwashed by our communist Marxist education system can learn about the beautiful history and culture of America before fiat currency, before Jekyll Island, before our enemies were able to take over this great land with social media and their billions of dollars, and just learn about a little bit about America. And I also would like it if anybody, especially the females, especially the women, would give me any tips or any information that you have that you think, or any questions that you have that you think would help me make the channel better. And by the way, I literally just woke up, so I'm like still in sort of that haze. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off the show. And BZ, you're cracking me up, dude. Thank you, Jody Shiloh, for joining me today, by the way. I love it when the ladies show up, because the ladies are the givers of life. And without the women, we wouldn't have anything. And we see the birth rates are plummeting everywhere. And of course, we see the government advertising and focusing on how we need to vacuum our babies out of our wombs or whatnot. And I'm just hoping that the homeschooling mothers will teach their kids that that's not the way to go. The way to go is to find someone you care about and reproduce and have as many babies as you can who love their country and love America and love what our founding fathers wanted for us. So hopefully we can turn things around. But really quick, I'm just going to go ahead and kick off my show and try to wipe the crust from my eyes and wake up. And hopefully we can have some fun. Let me get hydrated and get squared away. Let's go.
To another edition of Ask Michael Ehline. This is where I teach people the law in an unorthodox manner by using examples that we see in the news, case law briefs, but it's all about exposing the Leviathan and its instrumentalities and taking back your rights. Know the law and mean to keep it well. Come here to learn from an expert to know your right. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel.
That's right. We never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. They've done it once before, so we know they can probably do it again. Anybody who loves their country is automatically a sus, according to the modern day education system, right? Unless you support communism and the rainbow flag, you're an enemy of the administrative state. So anyways, I've got some pretty funny videos that I want to share with you guys today. I just want to take a look and see what's going on the sidebar here. Stomper! What's going on, bro? Good seeing you. By the way, I appreciate it that a lot of my friends from YouTube are starting to follow me over on Twitter. I think it's kind of hilarious. So just keep in mind, guys, I am not a political partisan, all right? I don't support Republican or Democrat or any of that garbage. And we're going to talk about the two-party system and how that started in a little bit as we get into some of the comedy, and then we'll get back into the comedy. I'm gonna get into some comedy, get into like why we have a two-party system, or the first two-party system, and then we'll get back into some comedy. But the idea is that I want to attract the younger crowd, get some laughs, and then teach them a little bit about their country, and then get back into some more comedy before they all leave, because unfortunately the younger crowd in particular is really just focused on instant gratification. But I'm hoping that by watching my show, you can learn that instant gratification, number one, doesn't pay your bills, and number two, isn't going to protect you or your family. It's hard work. Put in the work and look after the people you care about. And I'm going to try to teach you what I learned from being a Marine and from my Marine dad is spirit and discipline, but have a little bit of fun at the same time, right? So I appreciate that, Stomper. Let's roll. So let's get into some comedy. By the way, I do want to thank all you guys for, I guess, for blowing up my Yahoo. I know that I need to get back to. I have a couple of people I need to get back to about some issues, but I still haven't woken up yet. So just give me a second. But I know I have at least 2 or 3 people who have asked me some questions. So guys, please don't be upset at me. Just understand that I work 18 hours a day sometimes, and I'm burned out. I've been doing this. I've been a lawyer for about 20 years. And prior to that, I was a paralegal. And prior to that, I was a blue collar dude digging ditches and worked my way up into health club sales and all that other stuff. So I've been an entrepreneur most of my life, including as a lawyer. So as a result, I have not just you, but people that I've built relationships with, and everybody wants my help. And I don't charge money as a general rule for anything, because I believe that it's your duty to help people as an American. And that's the way I was raised or reared. So let's get into some fun, Stomper, and hopefully Jody's still here. But I'm gonna get into some police prank videos. So you guys know that Chili DeCastro from Delete Laws, buddy of mine, he does more serious cop watch videos, and I do those too. But I found that I'm able to reach more people with humor, and so I'm gonna do some police prank videos where guys run around and they prank cops, and I'm going to talk about the legalities of that. But I'm also going to talk about how you can actually get through to maybe some cops. So actually, I don't want to digress too. Okay, so when my dad was growing up, and I've told you guys this before, but not everybody watches my channel. So I am a native from Orange County, California. I think I was born to either Garden Grove or Westminster Hospital, but my dad was on leave from Vietnam. He was a Marine. He was on leave from Vietnam, and he was with his buddy Harvey, and they were across the street, and my dad saw this stunning woman who looked like Raquel Welch, who was at a gas station. And back then, the women didn't pump their gas, so I don't know how he noticed her. She must have been sitting in her car. I got to ask my mom. She's still alive. but he ran across the street to beg my mom for her phone number. And 9 months later, after he returned from Vietnam, I was born. And when he was growing up in Garden Grove, the 22 freeway was under construction. And all the dudes used to drag race. And so the rich dudes had Mopar, and they had the more expensive Mopar, like Dodge or whatever it was called. But my dad, well, he wasn't a rich guy, but he made all of his money from his paper route. So he had like a 63 Corvette or whatever that he paid cash for from his newspaper route. So that's the kind of guy my dad was, newspapers, right? So you would go door to door, you get prescriptions or subscriptions. But I'm not Pfizer, don't worry, guys. And then they would throw the newspapers, drive around on a bicycle. They would have like this little thing, like a burlap sack on their bicycles, right? And then they would throw the newspapers to the different people to their front yards, and it was called a newspaper route. And like you older people, like older than me, like guys that are like older than 50, know exactly what I'm talking about. But believe it or not, guys, the younger crowd has no clue what a newspaper route is. So I feel like it's part of my job is to teach you guys a little bit about your heritage, right? So when my dad was growing up, it's a really amazing story, by the way. The 22 freeway, the Garden Grove 22 freeway was under construction. And so all the young dudes, so you'd have the rich Mopar guys, and you have guys like my dad who would build the crap out of their 327s and then later 350 Chevys. And my dad always said, put a Chevy in it, right? We even had a 911 Porsche that we got that was rolled, that we rebuilt, we fixed, and we put a 350 in it. We took out the back seat, which is like two little seats that it would take a Martian to fit in those things. And so when I was growing up, my dad taught me how to build Chevys, how to build motors. But he told me the story about the 350, about the 22 freeway and how the cops would come and watch all the youngsters drag race on the 22 freeway. It was like a really big deal. It's before they had social media. Nobody had cell phones. Nobody had any of that crap. But all the police were like community police, and they knew everyone by their first name. It was unheard of that you would arrest people, especially if it was a local kid. You would literally, like if a local kid got into trouble, and most of them were either Catholics or Lutherans, and like you weren't even allowed to talk to each other if you were not of the right religion, like your parents would chastise you. But out on the drag strip, the Catholic kids, the Lutheran kids, they would all drag race, and the cops would literally take. So the kids didn't care. They were like, I don't care if my friend's Lutheran or Catholic. He's in a drag racing, right? That's what it was all about. So if there was any trouble ever, even if it was like drinking and driving, which was very rare because you just didn't do that because you would fear your Lord so much and the punishment of God that you wouldn't do it. But back then, I don't know how it is now, but back then it was a really big deal that if you disappointed your parents, you were like looked down upon by everyone in the neighborhood. And so what would happen is they would take, not by Pomona, BZ, so Pomona is further east. Orange County is more along the coast. It's closer to like, I don't know, about 30 miles west of like Newport Beach. That's the best way I could describe it. But anyways, so these dudes, the cops would bring you home to your parents, and the shame that you would feel from disappointing your parents was so incredible that you would like literally like stop drag racing. You would do whatever the hell you had to do to try to earn the respect of your parents. And God forbid, one of your neighbors would see the cops bring you home. So I just want to tell you, like, a totally different situation. Like they had real community policing. America was an amazing place. And I've talked about this in other videos, the dangers of mass immigration and flooding your country from people from civil law democracies. So like Central and South America, that's a civil law democracy. They have no clue what a constitutional republic is, right? So you flood your country with people who are foreign to your way of life. And as a result, you're forced to you go from community policing to totalitarianism. And that's kind of what's happened to our country. That's why it's so important that we have a people stand in line and learn about our country and learn about how great America is before we just let them in, right? We want to make sure that they're going to contribute and they want to be part of our team, right? They want to be part of America. And that's the way I feel anyways. Being a Marine and being somebody who was willing to die for my country, to see what's happened to us in the last 4 years, absolute devastation, tragedy, travesty. So, yeah, but BZ, just to talk about Pomona. So BZ Watchdog, fellow Marine, good buddy of mine. My dad used to take me to the drags, and I got to meet Big Daddy Don Garlitz and Don Prudhomme. I don't know if a lot of you guys know who that is, unless you're Californians, but Big Daddy Don Garlitz and Don Prudhomme. And I used to go to those drag races and had to put the napkins in my ears. It was an amazing experience growing up in California. What an amazing country. What a blessed life that I've had. So getting these emails from you guys, like hundreds and hundreds of emails going, why didn't you go live yesterday? It's like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't make any money off this show. I just do this for fun, guys, and now it's becoming like I have to do it. And I'm okay with that. As long as I'm able to get through to a few people, I'm all right with that. As long as I can get through to a couple of you guys, maybe get a couple of youngsters to sort of teach them about what makes America an amazing place and teach you why it's so dangerous to just flood the country with illegal aliens who know nothing about our country. Because remember, most of the people who are being flooded into our country are coming here for free things. When I was growing up, the illegal aliens came here for $5 or less an hour because they wanted to be able to send money back to their families and work. And I actually lived in the backyard of a couple of illegal aliens when I moved out of my house. I left my home when I was around 16, and my dad was a construction guy, and we didn't get along all the time because he was messed up from the war, from Vietnam. He was just a total mess. And but I still love him, because he's my dad. And he had the best intentions for me. But the construction workers who worked for my dad, I ended up living in the backyard in a tent with this Mexican family. They tried to marry me off to their daughter. I'm like 16 going, I'm not ready for that. I just wanted to be a Marine like Dad to prove myself, right? So I ended up doing that. And anyways, I don't want to get too much into that stuff right now, but yeah, I'm kind of losing track right now. I'm still tired, so just give me a second. Bottom line is, I'm hoping that my channel can help enrich your lives, in the lives of your children and the younger generation, so they understand the difference between a Roman civil law democracy and a constitutional republic. And that's what I'm hoping for, because I still believe that the great experiment of America still has a chance. Hopefully we can get rid of the fiat currency system and the Federal Reserve and go back to a non-fiat based currency, get rid of these scumbags that are destroying our country, and move forward to something that's great. Yeah, Sacramento Lenny, Kevin Andrew Moore. Oh, by the way, Life Under the Microscope. Thank you so much. I have all these people who are coming and joining me over at Twitter. Just keep in mind, guys, or X, keep in mind that I have like lifelong friends. I've been on Twitter since 18 years now. I know I've been a long time. Just be careful about making comments to people that are negative, unless I say it's okay. Because I want to keep you guys, I want to keep I want my friends to join your channel as well. Life Under the Microscope and stuff. So like my buddy Film Lad and all those guys, just make sure you look real careful. And by the way, I shared a bunch of your stuff on my community tab. Take a look, Life Under. And I just want to make sure, we're all buddies. And yeah, Benjamin, unfortunately, I am in the stock market like everyone. I mean, unfortunately, you kind of have to participate in that because we're stuck in this fiat currency system. But more and more, I'm getting into purchasing gold and silver and platinum and getting out of that. But, it is what it is. And, it's, I agree with you, dude. I'm guilty. Yeah, you're right, bro. I'm not going to lie. It's not a good deal. But I'm here right now talking to you. So that's what matters. And Life Under, you're making me laugh right now. Just don't call him a flat earther, because he's not. He's a good dude. It's just cool seeing you guys. And let me see here. I'm just looking at everybody. Son of Cool. That's kind of cool. I love that name. Cool. And I think, that's pretty much everybody. So let's get into some fun. Let's try to have some fun. It is a Sunday, so I'm not expecting this huge turnout. Normally, I have way more people showing up on a Saturday, but I've been burned out, as you guys know. So let's get into the show, and let's try to have some fun. And let me see here. Let's see if I got my screens squared away. And let's talk a little bit about pranking cops, because this kind of segues into what I was talking about my dad and how there was community policing. Now, there are some people who just hate cops and think that they're irredeemable. And I'm of the mind that there are probably some guys who join the force, just like I joined the Marines, because I wanted to protect and defend the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And I'm of the mind that there are a lot of cops who join the force because that's what they wanted to do as well. And then they sort of got stuck into the whole blue line gang thing. And once they got closer to retirement, it became much harder to go against the system. That's why I'm not a fan of government pensions. That's why I'm not a fan of anything government, because if you're waiting for a tax-funded pension and your wife and your kids are depending on that, it makes it really hard for you to be a whistleblower or go against the communist nonsense that's been going on in our country for the last, I don't know, since Obama especially. But let's get into it. Let's have a little bit of fun with some comedy, and then we'll get into it. And yeah, thanks, Christopher. I do appreciate you guys showing me some love. I have, as you guys know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and I am super tired. I literally woke up a couple seconds ago, and I ran upstairs with my bum knee, so I crawled upstairs to be able to do this. So hopefully you guys will appreciate it. By the way, guys, super chats and super stickers, you go to the front of the line if you have comments. And also, if you want to buy a copy of my ebook about how to become a lawyer with no law degree or law school for $20, $19.99, any of that stuff really helps me support my family and the channel and makes it a lot easier for me to be able to do these shows. I'm getting a lot of blowback from my fam because I haven't been doing, like today I had an opportunity to take my daughter to get her a new phone, little things like that I haven't been able to do. So anything you guys can do to help me support my family, to help me give you some love and give you a better life, because I know there's nobody out there that discusses these things, especially lawyers, right? They're all terrified, right? I don't want to say anything that could hurt my career. I'm like, I care about my country first, right? I'm still a Marine. So, I care about my country first. And when I'm gone, I'm hoping all you guys will remember that. So yeah, let's get into it. Brett Ray, I appreciate it. By the way, Brett is one of the only people who's really supported my channel. So I want you guys to give a bunch of ones to Brett. And I don't know if it's Ree or Ray. I don't even know if Brett is a girl or a guy, but I'm assuming it's a dude, because most women aren't going to show this kind of support for the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, in my estimation, what I've seen. So, but Brett has helped me get memberships for you guys, so other people are able to enjoy my channel, back end membership, so you can get my PFC chevrons. And I just love that. And oh, by the way, BZ, thank you, BZ. BZ just threw me a $9.99 super chat. And BZ says, don't forget to watch my premiere in an hour and a half to expose corruption within the Fort Worthless Police Department. BZ, you are over the top sometimes, but I love you, brother. And by the way, BZ is a Marine brother, so we always have to look after our friends and our family. And so I'm super grateful that he's here today. And it's Brett says, I graduated my last college at 58 FAA. That's pretty awesome. And look, I'm not a big fan of our education system. I think it's run by a bunch of commies. I think most professors are pieces of garbage Marxists. And I don't have a lot of respect for them. I think that the best Americans are the ones who are blue collar workers who dig ditches. I think common sense is what makes America a great place, not a bunch of academics, because our academic system is run by Marxists and communists and people who basically hate capitalism. And basically people who worship Karl Marx and people like Che Guevara, or people like what's his name? Barry Sotero Obama, whatever his name is. And these are people who hate our country and want to destroy us and bring us into a globalist system. And I don't want that. What makes America an amazing place is the fact that we're different and unique, that we believe that the people are in charge, not a bunch of pieces of garbage, especially professors who think they're special because they have a piece of paper they paid a few $100,000, or their parents paid a few $100,000 for it. So, but I'm with you guys 1000%. And then Dawood wants to talk about CCW, which has to do with concealed carry weapon law. And why doesn't any attorney want to help me overturn the CCW scheme in California? Well, a lot of attorneys want to help you with that. Me and Alan Beck have been working on that for the last 15, 20 years, brother. The problem is we also have to support our families. And there's not a whole lot of money in Second Amendment law. But Alan Beck, in my estimation, is the premier Second Amendment rights lawyer in the country. And he is associated with my law firm. He's the one who introduced me to Dick Heller of DC versus Heller versus District of Columbia, and all those cases. And Dick Heller, and I don't know how much longer he's got to live, but he's a dear friend of mine, care deeply for this guy. And he's the one who put the Second Amendment back on the map and made it possible for all these new cases to come along, thanks to Trump's justices. I'm not going to lie. His first term, those justices that he put into power really, really strengthened our Second Amendment. So Dawood, just bear with me, brother. It's Rome wasn't built in a day, and the enemies of America with their fiat currency banking system has set back our republic by many, many years. And it's going to take a while, and it may not happen. But if there's a way we can abolish the Federal Reserve System, there's a chance that we can return our country back to the greatness that our founding fathers intended for it to be. Now, let's go ahead and have some fun and do some police pranking videos, and let's get into it. Here we go.
Everybody, yes sir, come on, let's crack one together. Woo! Guys, I think I fucking secured one. Definitely. It's a Tesla car. Cop car.
Is it your wish to make trouble?
No.
Seems like it is.
No, I'm not trying to. That new Tesla cop car, I think it's pretty sweet, huh?
Has nothing to do with you drinking and driving.
I'm gonna pop a mint real quick.
Turn the truck off, please. Why would you do that?
Do you know Balin Levine?
No, so please.
He told me to quit vaping, so I picked up a new hobby.
Registration, please. Okay. I'm not sure why you'd think that was a good idea. You know, I'm the police chief, right?
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You just can't get any worse.
So I don't know if you guys noticed that, but 4 stars, really, dude? I mean, talk about the ultimate narcissism. The chief of police with 4 stars. I mean, come on. If any of you guys have ever been in the military, do you think this disgusting fat body over here with the donut eater look should have 4 stars on his collar?
He told me to just pick up,
What are you doing? Pour it out.
What's wrong with it?
You're sitting in a truck drinking a beer.
It's not a beer.
What do you got?
Slow Bush.
Can I see? What do you got?
A little bush.
Am I going to get in trouble?
No, I'm trying to talk to you.
You're trying to?
Yeah.
All right, you're being respectful. I'll be respectful.
Right. NA, thank you.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
What? Wait, what you mean? What you mean?
Are you really?
What?
Are you serious?
By the way, give me like on a 1 to 5, what do you think of his Ebonics accent? It sounds like he's trying to become Camel Toe Harris right in front of us. Tell me what you think of this white boy trying to act like Eminem on a scale of 1 to 5. How good does he sound? About, what I'm saying, like, what I'm saying, like being a little bonnet, you know what I'm saying?
Right now.
What's wrong? What did I do?
What is?
What?
Are you serious?
What you mean? Is it not legal here?
No,
I'm from Florida.
no.
Wait, where are we going?
Did you really just?
Wait, I didn't even see y'all. Can we like?
No.
Shit. Wait, it's not legal here?
No, man.
Oh, fuck.
You got anything else illegal on you, man?
Nah, my man. Is this
My
Florida?
man, oh my
No,
man.
man. You're in Alabama.
Oh, we're in Alabama
Trying to be
still?
Kamala.
Oh shit, wait, that's connected to me.
What's this?
That's for my diabetes.
Oh, y'all think it's funny, huh?
What y'all got going on?
I thought it was legal here, I'm gonna be honest. I thought we were in Florida.
Y'all want to be funny guys today, huh?
There's the other guy with the camera.
Oh.
I thought it was okay.
Yes, sir. What's illegal about it? Wait, don't unplug that. Wait, don't do that.
It's a mic.
You're not allowed to smoke tobacco here?
What is it?
It's tobacco.
So why would you walk up on us just to record?
I didn't even see y'all here.
Just to
Y'all.
record the show.
I'm just stressing. Just getting my nicotine in.
So
My
what was the deal of
nicotine,
it?
Just get a little nicotine buzz before I grab some food.
I'm trying to be the funny guy. That's what you're trying to
No,
do.
no, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be a funny guy.
They're unnecessary.
Was that not funny?
No.
Pretty funny.
It was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny.
You almost like
The way y'all hopped out on me, I was like, oh shit.
All right, so on my dad's Paul Ehline scale, I give these guys a 10. Like these cops, they have a sense of humor. Give me a bunch of ones for these cops. Like he pranked them good, and let's see what happens to them.
What is it? Y'all got TV shows on?
I'm trying to get some followers.
We're hustling out here.
That was a good one, though. Y'all got
Was that a good one?
Y'all got me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Hey, I'm sorry.
Y'all got me. I ain't gonna lie. You got me.
I'm not.
You got me. I ain't gonna lie to you. You got me. I ain't gonna
No, y'all jumped out like, oh shit. This is,
You got me, bro.
hey,
Yeah.
You got me.
hey.
You won.
You won. You won. Oh.
One busted open.
His phone is over.
Man.
Oh, dude, were you drinking? Bro, were you actually drinking?
Yeah.
Dude, what the heck, man? Oh my god.
Hey, how's it going?
How is it going?
It's going.
Going good, huh? We need IDs from both of you, okay?
What are we being stopped for?
What do you think?
Did I take off from the light a little fast?
No, the open containers.
I'm gonna be honest. It's his 20th birthday, so we're just
Okay. I need your IDs.
so.
Okay. I got it. So 20th birthday means you can drink and drive, and
Wait,
you're not 21 yet.
Did you guys catch the joke? Like 21 is the legal drinking age, and it's his 20th birthday. This is pretty hilarious. Just keep watching.
And all that good stuff.
What did you see?
What do you think I see?
I don't have my ID on me.
we just pretend we didn't see nothing.
So what's the deal? Why you guys got to do this?
20th birthday.
20th birthday. So you got me on video.
Yeah. 4K.
Okay.
4K.
Ultra HD. You a Bush guy?
No, I'm not a Bush guy.
You want to crack open one?
No. But you did it good. You spit it all over. You looked at me. Yeah. I get you. All right, guys.
One
Come on,
sip.
man, one sip.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta do that.
I don't got no herpes.
By chance, do you know what like a nearest gas station is?
Hey, you full of smoking.
Okay, so let's get into it really quick. So, did that cop have reasonable? By the way, I agree with what's the matter you. I think that only the magistrate has the authority under the Constitution to do this. I think that judge-made law came along with this RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion nonsense, which is basically the same thing as probable cause, and made the police de facto magistrates. And so they're looking around trying to raise revenue. They're road pirates, as we know. And they're thinking, oh, okay, well, I see this Bush, whatever can. Let's go ahead and make an arrest, or make, they call it a detention, but it's no different than an arrest. I think it's an arrest. And they're thinking, okay, I got the authority to do this. And so what these kids are doing basically is giving the finger to judicial precedents and everything else, telling these people, you guys are full of crap. And they're almost throwing it back in their face. And so I'm hoping you guys understand where I'm going with this. Like, this is, to me, it's hilarious. Because like in Europe, in the United Kingdom, this is totally normal, right? It's like, oh, you're trained from birth. You're watching the British broadcasting system, government-funded bullshit media, just like NPR in our country, where the Democrat Party owns National Public Radio, where they basically brainwash most of the population into thinking that the government gets to do whatever the hell they want. But our founding fathers never intended that. And these young kids, I mean, like they're throwing it back in their face. And I'm just having a great time just watching that. By the way, guys, give me a bunch of ones for Brett. 5 new memberships. So that means that 5 new people are going to get private first-class chevrons on their uniforms and come into the back room and watch some of my videos and some of the stuff that I share that I don't share with the general public on my channel. So super, super grateful, Brett. You always hook up my channel. I'm so grateful for you guys. And you doing your best to try to help me monetize and, you know, support my family. And I'll be honest with you guys, if I could make this channel get big, I would stop doing my regular 18-hour-a-day grind and just do this full time. But I just got to know that I'm able to support my peeps because I got a wife and kids, man. But anyways, I thought you'd get a kick out of that. It was pretty funny. Let's keep going.
No.
Just straight down there.
Straight down there?
The last call told us to just keep going.
Yeah, keep going straight down.
All right.
We good,
I'm gonna fall with you.
We good.
Oh, you ain't gonna fall with me?
Nah,
Man, fuck.
you good.
With this hoe.
There's a felony being committed.
No pictures.
Trying to pull a camel up.
Refusing to stop.
I wouldn't be today. Wait.
Hey, you can't ignore me.
We're just going to get out of here.
Well, no,
That's all.
I need his name now.
Are we being detained?
Yes,
For what crime?
for trespassing.
We're never told to leave. They
I
just said,
understand that, but you caused a breach, and I want to need his name.
what is he being detained
I'm
for?
a need. I'm a need.
I already told you what's up.
Oh, they got us.
We're terrorists. Detail 3.
But
Okay.
we're just going to get out of here instead, since there was no
Okay,
crime
listen,
committed.
I'm not.
To get a signature. They sell these at Victoria's Secret. They said I'd get all the baddies with it, so we copped one. I haven't gotten no baddies yet,
Take a
but
picture and then did that to your shirt?
no, I bought it. It was at Victoria's Secret.
Legit?
Yeah,
Are you lying to me?
no. So, question.
You're not lying to me right now?
No. Do you think you can put me in handcuffs for the thumbnail?
No.
My buddy Ash, he's been pulling like 100,000 views a video, and he's always in handcuffs for his thumbnail, so I'm trying to just catch up.
No.
Okay. Excuse me, officer. May I let y'all in on a little secret? Just keep it between us.
Yeah.
I've been a bad boy today.
Really?
Don't snitch, right? I have some exciting news. I just graduated college. Will you guys celebrate with me? One hit. Just one. Nobody? Not one? All right, now after shift.
Yeah, that's
All right, I got you. I'll be back. How about over here? Any celebration? Nothing.
shouldn't be doing that, bro.
I just graduated, man. I'm just celebrating.
Yeah, but you know you get DUI for doing that.
For this?
If it's marijuana, yeah, you can.
Oh. I'm just going to hit the burners then. Between us. I'll come back after shift.
Yeah.
Where's the best place to park around here? Like, I can't find no parking anywhere.
What? The dude. Oh my God.
Oh.
This dude in the police car looks like he's about 12 years old. What the hell is he doing? That's in that police SUV. This is crazy.
Where are my manners? I'm sorry. I'll keep it down. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Everything all good here? Yeah. Hey, keep going, man.
Oh, God, he should have got his ass already.
Get that plate. Get his ass.
Yes, sir. Damn. They were not playing. Hey, how we doing? We were just messing around a little bit on the golf course. Guy wasn't the biggest fan of it. I thought you guys called Merriweather on me. I seen the helicopter in the sky.
They're flying around anyway, so.
You got here fast too. I don't think I've ever like.
Right down the street.
Oh, okay. Like we usually have like a good 5-minute interval. You were on us in like what is it like 45 seconds?
Luck of the draw. What are you gonna do?
You need a raise.
Listen, they're probably gonna want to trespass you.
Is it for a 1 year? How long?
It's for 1 year. You
One
got
year?
trespass before?
Once or twice. Once or twice.
Let me get that paperwork.
All right.
So you were really cool. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
We'll go mess with Charlotte County instead.
I'm glad against you, but I can't tell you what to do.
The beach is that way, right?
That way?
All right, I appreciate you.
Oh, nice.
You're welcome, Chris. I'm having a good time, man.
I was trying to cover it with my thumb, too.
I drink beer, dude.
Yeah.
I already know about the bush.
Hey, I'll try it, man. I appreciate you. Have a good day.
I don't think they know it's us.
Yeah, no, they don't know it's us for sure. No way.
Hold on, guys. I think we're okay.
Are we in the
I
clear?
think I hear them behind us. So what's up with us?
I don't know. What do we do
Don't turn
now?
around. All right.
Should we just keep walking?
All right, ready? On 3, let's turn around.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Hey! All right. I remember seeing you. Do you recognize this man?
So I just have to like disguise myself if I'm going to go to a Walmart now.
You're not allowed back at it.
Oh.
He knows.
That's it, Ben.
All right, so here's one of the downsides of doing what they're doing, right? Like they're getting trespassed, and these guys are trespassing them from every single Walmart chain. Now, I haven't done the research yet, but I'm pretty sure you could only be trespassed from one location. BZ Watchdog, this is where I need you, brother. You let me know. Can you be trespassed from more than one location? Can you be trespassed from the whole franchise or the whole chain? What's the law on that, brother? By the way, guys, I've been practicing law for about 20 years now. And before that, I was a paralegal. Before that, I was a blue-collar guy, a sales guy, health club chain guy. So I don't know everything, and any lawyer who tells you they know everything is full of crap. But I'm curious to know how does that work? You know, when you get trespassed from somewhere, and how long does the trespass last? That's something that I'm hoping somebody in my audience can help me with. And if any of you guys are experts about trespass law, or even a lawyer, invite you to come on my show and talk about it. Let's keep going.
They banned them.
Yeah.
So you guys just over here stirring the pot or what?
We're avenging him.
Yeah. He's like our idol, so we just kind of.
If we get 5 more avenge medals, then like we can get our camo and gold.
All right. So do you guys know about like when you guys come here and you create a disturbance?
BZ says they could only trespass you one store at a time. Now, again, I don't know where they're at, but it looks like they're back in Florida or something, based on the lack of clouds in the sky, or maybe like Georgia. I don't know, but probably back east to southeast. Clearly, jurisdictionally, you're going to have different laws. So I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I'd like to know a little bit more.
Disorderly conduct is, and then they ask you to leave. When they ask you to leave, did you just leave?
Yeah, we started walking this way.
You guys didn't make a disturbance with anybody else?
I mean, Karen came to us because she seen the camera. So, but I was on the way out.
Yeah, she screamed at me. She called me fat.
Yeah.
As in PH?
Yeah, like big booty shit.
Oh, that's F-18, not PH.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's like, damn, like you're fat.
Well, you guys aren't that slick up on the uptake here on things.
Honestly, I thought we were kind of incognito on the way out.
It's always the shorts.
And this guy. Well, you can move your buddy out of the way.
Oh.
They were up there, Howard.
Right.
I ain't hanging on to that guy.
So I'm gonna be honest, like last time this happened to our buddies, he got banned from every Walmart in the country. So I think we're gonna let him dash.
No, you ain't dashing. You're being detained right now, big dog.
For what?
For what? Because we got a call over here, man. You guys being disorderly.
I'm gonna run.
That's not. Hey, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend
I'm a
that.
runner. I'm a track
I
star.
don't recommend that, silly man.
Well, how's that donut eater going to catch him? I mean, come on. What a disgrace, right? I mean, the dude probably can do like one push-up before he dies of coronary heart disease, right?
You're avenging your buddy here.
Well, he's our idol.
Where are you guys from?
That's the south of Miami Beach.
We drove here just for him.
Shut
I
up.
swear
No,
to
you didn't.
we
Give
did.
me some ID.
We did. I don't have my ID on me.
You don't?
No.
We're not even in the car? Oh, my God. So what's your name?
It's Jimmy.
Jimmy what?
Crack corn, and I don't care.
Ah.
I love it. I love it.
They said this guy's got to go for sure. He's out.
Oh, he's out.
They can't have that kind. Yeah, he's got to go.
And
So-
how about these two?
Do you think he could get arrested since we brought him on property
We
again?
should, shouldn't we?
Imagine we.
put these here.
But I want to share something with you guys. Like, you can see how comedy and jokes can even turn a jackboot thug from the Holland Police Department into somebody who you break them down, right, with laughter. It's the ultimate aphrodisiac for humans. Like, for chicks, like if you want to pick up women, if you make a woman laugh, you could look like Jabba the Hutt and you'll have an endless supply of women. Give me a bunch of ones if you guys agree. Let's keep going.
Cuffs on them.
They want to make that call.
They do? Well,
That's just from this Walmart, though, right?
No, that's going to be all Walmarts.
No.
Okay,
Same story.
BZ says it's only one location. So I want to know more. I want to know the law on this one.
If you don't want to do this,
Yeah, I'm not.
we'll fold your little man up in half.
Okay.
We'll put you both in handcuffs, and we'll just take you to jail. I get what
For
you guys
what?
do. And if you've seen the last video, I'm probably one of the smoothest.
No, yeah. Come on.
So do
Everyone
me a
was
favor.
talking about you.
So do me a solid, man, and cooperate with me.
Well, put it
Just
this
give
way.
us up your
I'm not going to
information.
sign like any kind of trespass to every
We're not going to
Walmart.
force you to sign it, but you're going to be served with it.
For every Walmart, I don't think that's.
Well,
I don't think that's it.
that's
I mean,
just
this
the way it
Walmart,
goes.
that makes sense.
Like we didn't commit a crime. They asked
Well,
us to
just
leave.
because you don't think you did, that's fine. And I've explained that to you.
I know I didn't commit a crime.
Well, you were
100%.
disorderly, okay?
How was I disorderly? Like what I do?
I disagree with
You
that.
caused a disruption.
Which was.
That's what I mean, like,
so
we're-
respectfully, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna go to Canes.
I really wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna kidnap
No.
combo.
I wouldn't do that.
I didn't do it. I mean, if you take me in handcuffs for this, I know there's other thing I did
Well, then
wrong.
you're just going to have to do what you're going to have to do, man. If you want
We'll
to
do
walk off and you're not free to go right now, and I'm telling you, you're not free to go because you caused a disturbance
Officer,
in
are we
Walmart.
detained?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. Are we detained?
You're talking to him.
I'm right now talking to you. If you can just answer my question, are we detained? In all honesty, and if so, what do we do?
We're gonna fill out this no trespass order.
Okay, yeah, we can do that, but are we detained, sir?
We're just gonna fill out this no trespass.
All right, we're not detained. Let's go.
You got to come down here, buddy. We're taking you to jail.
Better not his shenanigans.
Wait, here he is. The man, the myth. Wait,
It's always game.
the man, the myth, the legend. You remember this guy?
No way, I love this guy.
What are you doing with these guys, man? What do you got going on here?
I sent my gang after him.
You did.
Yeah. How you been, bro?
I'm good, man. You guys are so damn ornery.
Everyone loves you.
Everybody loves you. They really do.
Well, listen.
All right.
All right. So
I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Listen, nothing's happening today, but I do want to know your name. I just want to know your name for the record, and then go.
Okay. Yes, sir. Jimmy
What was her
Rowe.
name?
Jimmy Rowe. You'll see me on YouTube.
Jimmy, don't lie to me neither,
No,
Jimmy.
look.
All right, what's your name?
Turf Williams.
Shut up. Shut up.
Do you want to keep it as a souvenir?
Yo, think about it. You can take it home with you. You can show you, Lieutenant.
You actually want to keep it? Can we take a photo with it? Can we take a photo with it already? Yeah. Wait.
Reaching for something in the distance.
My motherfucking face while you vandalize shit.
Okay, guys. So I want to save some footage for you guys because the reason why I'm doing this is so I can teach you guys a little bit about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. So we're going to get into and watch. I'm going to lose most of my audience, but I don't care because if I can keep 2 or 3 youngsters so you can learn about Thomas Jefferson and the Bill of Rights, that's what the show's about. Let's get it going. Let's do this.
This exactly marks the difference between Colonel Hamilton's views and mine, that I would wish the debt paid tomorrow. He wishes it never to be paid, but always to be a thing wherewith to corrupt and manage the legislature. This slapback from Secretary of State Thomas Jefferson was aimed squarely at Secretary of the Treasury Alexander Hamilton. These two, along with Edmund Randolph and Henry Knox, made up George Washington's first cabinet. In this episode, we're going to explain the process of how all of this went down right at the beginning of the government under the Constitution, plus some of the major ideological debates and disputes, issues like the national debt, and also the first national bank, which was a real big one, which created a rift so deep that it helped give rise to America's first two-party system. First of all, before getting to that, welcome and thank you for joining me here on the Path to Liberty. My name is Michael Bolden with the 10th Amendment Center, and this is the show for Friday, November 15th, 2024. That quote right off the bat was from Thomas Jefferson in a letter to George Washington. He was responding to the fact that, well, Hamilton was anonymously publishing attacks on Jefferson in the press. So this was really kind of spilling out. It wasn't just in their meetings and conversations. It was spilling out into the public. But anyways, here from the National Archives, they point out that to national events. He recorded discussions in and out of government, gossiped about his political enemies, and documented his growing suspicion that Treasury Secretary Hamilton was employing corrupt means to steer the American Republic in a more monarchical and elitist direction. In these...
Sound familiar, guys? In a more monarchical direction. Think about that.
Ragged, rubbed, and scribbled scraps, Jefferson expressed his frustration that President Washington did not share his mistrust of Hamilton, scorn for Secretary of War Henry Knox, and irritation that Attorney General Edmund Randolph did not always support him in the cabinet. Randolph kind of tried to play middle of the road. I don't think Knox was as much involved in some of the debates, especially Hamilton and Madison. Now, reading through this, because Jefferson, about a decade later, he took all these scraps and notes and he had the full collection bound up into 3 volumes. Randolph later called them the Anas, which is really basically means table talk or anecdotes. And if you read through it, we'll link to it in the show notes so you have the full original source document. You can see firsthand the nasty infighting and the growth of party politics on both sides of this. Yep. And I think it's really actually just very interesting. Now, President Washington's cabinet, as mentioned, was just 4 members, and compared to what we have today, much smaller. And it was intended on purpose to be diverse, but regionally, because we're talking about a union of states.
That's right.
Independent sovereign states and very big regional differences.
You guys get that? Because every state is considered to be its own country. It's an individual country. The only reason we had a federal government was to provide some support for disputes between the states, usually commerce, right? A military defense, and there was another one. Hopefully you guys can tell me in the sidebar, but it was basically 3 reasons. Think about that. And so they wanted to have regional cabinetry. In other words, maybe somebody from the southern state, maybe somebody from, well, they didn't have California back then, but you know what I mean. They wanted to have a regional representation. Right now, it's just a bunch of Northeastern communist pieces of garbage that they typically put in cabinet positions, and they have no regional representation whatsoever. So let's keep going.
Even though we think that all the founders were just one unique blob, they were very, very different in their modes and habits and their politics, their religious sentiments, their economic views, and the like. We had Knox from New England. The Middle Atlantic was Hamilton. And then 2 Southerners were Jefferson and
remember, Hamilton was the Federalist and Jefferson was the anti-Federalist. I'm an anti-Federalist. I don't believe in this Federalist system that we have. It's because it led to our destruction of our currency system. We actually have, our Constitution requires that our currency be backed by something of intrinsic value. And instead, we have this fiat currency system. You can't even fire the head of the Federal Reserve if you're the president. I mean, that should make you sick to your stomach. Give me a bunch of ones if you think it's disgusting that the people who control interest rates and basically our monetary system have absolutely no oversight by even the president that we elect. Think about that, guys. What a joke. That all happened at Jekyll Island because a bunch of scumbag politicians got paid off. That's one reason why I think that our Constitution and our Bill of Rights needs to be changed to make sure that never happens again. We need to make it impossible, and give me a bunch of ones. We need to make it impossible for the banksters. And by the way, our best presidents have been destroyed by our Marxist-run education system, who actually were against that. Take a look at Andrew Jackson sometime. Look at how he fought the banksters, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Let's get into it.
Randolph, they weren't all his first choice. People might think that, well, he just picked who he wanted and he just will roll right through it, but that's not how it went down. First of all, for a little background, we're looking at the Constitution, Article 2, Section 2. The president shall nominate and by and with the advice and consent of the Senate shall appoint ambassadors, other public ministers and consuls, judges of the Supreme Court, and all other officers of the United States whose appointments are not herein otherwise provided for and which shall be established by law. That's the text in the Constitution for the United States. And on May 19th, Representative James Madison, father of the Constitution, introduced a resolution to create 3 departments, May 19, 1789. Resolved that it is the opinion of this committee there should be established for the aid of the chief magistrate in executing the duties of his station the following departments, to wit, a department for foreign affairs. That became Secretary of State, at the head of which shall be an officer called the Secretary of the United States for Foreign Affairs. That there should be a Department of the Treasury, at the head of which shall be, etc., and a Department of War, at the head of which, and etc., to be nominated by the president and appointed by him with advice and consent of the Senate and removable by the president. There was some pretty heavy debate about the removal power that went on for about 5-6 days. But James Madison wrote to Thomas Jefferson about this, discussing this, how, well, they, who was kind of vying for these roles. He said, it is already agreed in the form of resolutions that there shall be 3 departments, one for finance, another for foreign affairs, and the third for war. The last will be continued in the hands of General Knox, who had the similar role under the Articles of Confederation. The second will remain with Mr. Jay, John Jay, who ended up being the first Chief Justice, if he chooses to keep it. Also a carryover from the Articles of Confederation. The Chancellor, this is Robert Livingston of New York, he wishes this department, the third, but will...
By the way, John Jay, no college education, none, just like me. I'm not comparing myself in any way, shape, or form to John Jay, but the educational industrial complex is one of the reasons why our country has gone down the toilet, because you have a bunch of Marxist college professors brainwashing your kids into hating their country. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree with me. Let's keep going.
Will not succeed. The finance department, the first that Madison mentioned, it will be given, I think, to Jay or Hamilton. The latter is perhaps best qualified for that species of business, and on that account would be preferred by those who know him personally. He wrote, it says latter here in the text, but he crossed it off later and said the former. He meant Jay. The former is more known by character throughout the United States. So he's basically saying he's expecting the finance, the head of finance, Secretary of the Treasury, to be John Jay or Hamilton. John Jay might stay as the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, and everyone knew that General Knox was going to be the main guy, the head of the Secretary of War. Well, they eventually created these departments. Department of Foreign Affairs, this was on July 27th, 1789, a War Department on August 7th, and then the Treasury Department on September 2nd. And let's kick it off, first of all, with a list of the secretaries of State of the United States. Under the Articles of Confederation, the precursor to the Secretary of State was called the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, as Madison was mentioned. Robert Livingston was the first guy there from October of 1781 through early June of...
By the way, I saved the link for you guys. I dropped it into the sidebar. Please check out the 10th Amendment Center. These guys are absolutely over the top, the best. If you want to learn about your country and learn how to love America, this is the channel you go to.
1783. Then John Jay came in, and he had the role for about 5 years, from 1784 through 1789. And then he retained that role. He remained in the position even after they renamed it the Secretary of State under the Constitution. He was basically there in an interim role. Now, Jay, of course, actually very famously helped negotiate the Treaty of Paris, 1783, with Benjamin Franklin and John Adams, which officially ended the war for independence with Britain. And here's one of his takes. You don't see a Secretary of State take these types of positions these days. He said, while there are knaves and fools in the world, there will be wars in it.
That's true.
That's in his letter to Governor Morris just in the weeks following the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1783. Now, John Jay was also George Washington's first choice. He offered him the job of Secretary of State. He thought this was going to be the guy. But Jay actually wanted to be on the Supreme Court. He did not want to be the head of Treasury Department, the Secretary of the Treasury either. So he told Washington that he would stay on an interim basis because, well, eventually they nominated somebody else. But here's another take on foreign policy, war powers under the Constitution, from John Jay. He said, until war is constitutionally declared, the nation and all its members must observe and preserve peace. Now we're going to get to his replacement.
So what happened? So ultimately, we have this stupid War Powers Act, which allows the president, I think, was it like for 2 weeks or whatever, but it's a lot longer, to go in and basically declare war and invade countries without the approval of Congress. And we've seen that the military industrial complex has basically, just like Big Pharma, right, has this outrageous amount of power, and they just pay millions of dollars to these. Look at Nancy Pelosi. She's like a billionaire, right? Her and her husband, they're billionaires. And she's got a salary of what, 100 grand, 189 grand. And that's what happens. What's happened is our Constitution has been turned on its head. And that's why Thomas Jefferson, I believe he said, every 70 years, we need to have a violent revolution. He said the tree of liberty needs to be fed with the blood of patriots and tyrants from time to time. And that's why, because what ends up happening is exactly what we've got going on now, where my Marine brothers, my father ends up dying from Agent Orange because we were lied to about Vietnam. And then you read Smedley Butler's works, Commandant of the Marine Corps, Smedley Butler. I think he's an expert talking about the military industrial complex. I'm hoping you young people who are watching this, who aren't totally destroyed by the public education system and brainwashed by Marxist college professors, will learn something from my show. Let's keep going.
Here in just a few, of course, that's Thomas Jefferson. But regarding the Treasury Department, we know that the Chancellor, Robert Livingston, wanted the job. He was vying for it. Hamilton was lobbying aggressively to try to get the job as well. He really, really wanted it as well. But here from the Lehrman Institute, the article, or it might be a book, Founding Economists, George Washington initially approached Pennsylvania's Robert Morris, who directed the America's finances during the Revolutionary War and also helped finance Albert Gallatin's early land purchases. But Morris also
60 days, War Powers Act. But we know it goes longer than 60 days, right, BZ? It goes way longer than 60 days. It's called the War Powers Act. An abomination to our country, an abomination to America. It helps the military industrial complex and destroys my fellow Marines and my fellow countrymen and their mothers. Their boys get sent overseas because these military industrial complex scum of the earth who sell weapons, right? Especially right now in Eastern Europe, they're making a fortune with their money laundering scheme over in Eastern Europe right now. And of course, you're called a Russian asset if you don't support it. That's how much power these scum have. Let's keep going.
Declined to take this post, arguing, quote, and I have not found the original source document on this. I know it's in Chernow's book on Hamilton, so we'll take this one with a grain of salt.
Right,
I just haven't found it. Maybe somebody else knows the exact original source, but supposedly Morris said, quote, you will be no loser by my declining the secretaryship of the Treasury, for I can recommend to you a far cleverer fellow. What a great way to describe it. A far cleverer fellow than I am, for your Minister of Finance in the person of your former aide-de-camp, Colonel Hamilton. Now, here from George Washington's Mount Vernon, they point out that at first, Washington hesitated to appoint Hamilton. Man, the idea of going with your gut instinct, I wish he would have really done it on this one. He hesitated to appoint Hamilton because of his polarizing personality, but eventually decided on his appointment because of Hamilton's financial expertise.
Huge mistake. That's why we ended up with Jekyll Island and a fiat currency. And that's why we have an income tax, which is basically one of the tenets of Marxism. Take a look at I think it's the 3 tenets of Marxism. One of them is a income tax. None of our founding fathers supported an income tax, except for, I wonder who. Was it maybe Hamilton, the Federalist? Think about it, guys.
So on the other September 11th, 1789, President Washington made his first of these cabinet nominations. He said, "Gentlemen of the Senate, I nominate for the Department of the Treasury of the United States, Alexander Hamilton of New York, Secretary." Then, of course, he also nominated people for kind of underling roles, comptroller, treasurer, auditor, register. But for the Department of War, Henry Knox.
By the way, I agree with you, Benjai, but try to argue that with one of the blue-haired mafia members of the IRS and see how far that gets you while you're locked up. Think about that, guys.
And you might be surprised to know, because Hamilton was really kind of a flip-flopper, a wolf in sheep's clothing, but you didn't know that until, well, things went down in the coming years, because he sounded much more like someone who is really into a strict reading of the Constitution during the ratification debates in some areas of the Federalists as well, but especially in the New York Ratifying Convention. He really sold it hard about how the federal government would only have those powers expressly delegated to it. But the way he tried to apply that in the years to come certainly changed. He was confirmed so Washington sent this to the Senate. They got his nominations and they confirmed unanimously Alexander Hamilton. The way that the story is told, at least the what I've read, it just took them minutes, total unanimous. And this also included some leading anti-Federalists who were in the Senate, like Richard Henry Lee and William Grayson of Virginia. Both senators from Virginia were very, very ardent anti-Federalists during the ratification debates, and they all voted yes. Henry Knox was approved by the Senate the following day on September 12th. Now let's get through some of here's a good one from Hamilton. Here he is opposing paper money. He said, "To emit an unfunded paper as the sign of value ought not to continue a formal part of the Constitution, nor ever hereafter to be employed."
Yet it was Hamilton's roots that established the foundation for the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds to destroy our country. Think about that, guys. So don't believe everything they tell you. Look at their acts and look at the roots and the foundation of what they're trying to say and do.
Unfunded paper, he was totally against it. Not totally against paper money, but in that situation, he said, being in its nature pregnant with abuses and liable to be made the engine of imposition and fraud, holding out temptations equally pernicious to the integrity of government and to the morals of the people. I thought that was a pretty good one to include here. Now, one thing that Hamilton was well known for, very famous for when it comes to his economic views, and maybe he was also despised for this to some degree as well. And this was a position that he took under the Articles of Confederation all the way back to 1783-ish. This was actually 1781, this next one here, is that he actually was in favor of debt. He liked it and saw it as a tool. But as you heard right at the beginning, Jefferson pointed out, like, this was a problem. Hamilton, of course, liked it. The way he describes it, his caveat sounds pretty good, but in essence, it is, I think, how Jefferson described it. He saw debt as a way to manage the legislature. Anyways, this is Hamilton to Robert Morris. He said, "A national debt, if it is not excessive, will be to us a national blessing. It will be powerful cement of our union. But here, check this out. It will also create a necessity for keeping up taxation to a degree which, without being oppressive, will be a spur to industry. this is kind of from the mercantilist mentality of old rather than a free market Adam Smith thinking, at least for them, that was more new at the time. And he really felt that the more if you had a certain level of taxation and a certain amount of debt, you could actually manage things and then create a really strong economy. And maybe there is an argument to say that kind of top-down structure helped get the U.S. out of the very difficult financial situation it was early on, but it also established the precedent that government was going to keep expanding over time, especially when you start including the national bank, because Hamilton was the guy who not only gave us the first national bank and which was the precursor to the second, and then of course to the Federal Reserve, all the same arguments constitutionally behind these things. But he also gave us the whiskey tax, which led to all kinds of conflict and resistance. And he also started the process of redefining terms under the Constitution, most famously for Hamilton in his arguments in support of establishing a national bank. He said that the word necessary in the necessary and proper clause merely meant convenient. And there certainly is an argument that we'll get to on that in just a little bit. Now, I want to first get to Secretary of War Henry Knox, who was also confirmed right off the bat. This is just a day after.
All right, guys. So you can see, right, like I've lost about half or more of my audience because, let's face it, a lot of people find the Bill of Rights and our founding fathers boring, but at least maybe I captured a couple of you young guys' attention. The older guys, the 200 or so that are in here, you guys already know what's up, and you want to keep on staying and have me keep playing this. So I'm about halfway through on this one. So we're going to get back into some comedy, have a little bit of fun, look at how the modern police state has evolved with some comedy, and then we'll get back to this in a second. But hopefully you guys will click on this and you'll watch this video later, okay? But let's get back into it so we can pull some more youngsters in so they can learn about their country, because we know they're communist piece of garbage college professors and public school rainbow flag, American flag burning teachers certainly aren't going to tell them any of this stuff. So that's why I do this. I do this for you because I love you guys and I love my country. So let's get back into some fun, and then we'll pull some people back into the conversation. Let's go.
Well, I was.
Where's this going?
Okay, I got you.
That's true, Ben Drive. We'll teach him, though. We'll teach him, brother. We're going to teach him.
Just because everybody out here is screaming at you, and I mean, you guys are yelling at them, but I don't want them to keep screaming at you. And
No.
in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, double tap. By the way, guys, we're in vertical mode, so there's really no like button. So make sure to double tap that screen, give me some likes. And when the show's over, please, guys, go and make some comments underneath, under the chat, where it says chat. Like, give me some conversations. Talk to me. Start spreading the word about my channel. Always make sure to save. Make sure to save for later viewing in your favorites. That's the best way to show YouTube that you like my channel. You're not going to find any lawyer anywhere in the country that actually cares about their country as much as me, that shares these cool videos with you, where I try to engage my audience and come on the show on a Sunday because I got over 500 emails saying, why weren't you live yesterday? So I do care about you guys, and I want to share what I know and my knowledge, but I want to have fun with you to make it exciting for the younger crowd. You older guys like me, we know the name of the game, but we want to get the young guys in here too. We're not going to do it without some of this comedy and a little bit of fun. So let's keep going.
I've come. You turn that AC on? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, good. See, fucking wrapped and packed. It's crazy they immediately put us in the back of the cop cars, but not the other guys.
You gotta be smart, man.
Well, we tried telling them it was
the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Ooh. Okay, that's not a good type of cop to talk to. How we doing today? Good. We're just shooting a little video, and Daddy over here took my keys, assaulted me.
All right.
I'm the manager on duty.
He came in a wheelchair pretending he was injured. He has a keyboard and he's calling my wife and saying, talking about his nipples and talking.
Actually, I was talking to him, not his wife.
Guys,
Well, it's probably inappropriate either way, but that's fine.
you can't film us. You don't have our permission to film. So then I told him to stop filming and they kept doing it. So I went out to get a picture of his plate.
Yes, sir.
And he blocked it. He said, you ain't getting a picture of the plate unless I can be in it. There's the manager. They have no right to even be in here doing this. This is what they've been doing. They're screaming.
Oh.
The other one's on the floor right there.
Oh.
I'm gonna go to detective. All right. Well, she ran up on me. She was the finisher
Okay,
on me.
well, listen. Just relax, okay? We're going to work this out because right now I have no idea. I'm talking to this gentleman, or will be this gentleman, and then you over here on the ground screaming. I'm not sure what that was all about.
She ran,
listen,
she ran up on me and scared
but
me.
listen, I get scared every day, man. I don't fall to the ground screaming.
I know you're mad.
So let's stand over here, if you don't mind. Okay. Yes, they can. Absolutely. You don't have any right to privacy in a public place. Okay. Coming in. Hey,
I'm sorry. I got excited.
well, I do too. But I'm asking you just to hold your excitement in. You're using vulgarity. Yeah, you have freedom of speech at this point. I mean, you know, apparently you have
He scored my keys. Look, he scored my
talk to the manager as far as
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Yeah. I'm here.
You guys caught that, right? Like the guy in the store literally took this dude's car keys from him. That's a battery. It's called snatching. The other dude falls on the ground. He's trying to have some fun. But look at this cop. He looks like he's got the Army sergeant or what, private first class insignia. I don't know. Where's my boy, the Ranger Tabs officer? Where is he? What is that rank in the Army? Because in the Marine Corps, we don't have that rank. I think that would be close to a Lance Corporal maybe, but there's no crossed rifles. But either way, besides the donut belly, I'm trying to figure out what kind of weapon that is. It looks like he's got custom grips on that weapon. I'm trying to figure out, is that a Glock with like some custom grips that, you know, you take the soldering iron, you try to, I don't know. You guys tell me, what do you think? What kind of weapon is that? And also check out his smile. This is what I was telling you about. When my dad was growing up, the cops were buddies with the local kids. And you can tell that this guy's having a blast. Like he's actually getting a kick out of this. So give me a bunch of ones for this cop. At least he's having a good time. It's pretty rare that you see a cop who's actually like playing along with it. So give me a bunch of ones for this guy. I think this is great.
Here just to figure out a solution. Obviously, they were upset the fact that whatever you were doing upset them.
Okay.
I let them know and I educated them that if you want to come in here pushing yourself in a wheelchair, filming, you want to do all that stuff. I told them, obviously, there's no crime in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
I was young once.
I was gonna say we've been doing it for a while. I understand both sides completely. I don't want to like press charges on it. I just want to like continue my video.
I respect that, but
Yeah.
I mean, you can't touch nobody. As you know.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's like you wouldn't be able to touch them. You know, so I mean, technically, it would be criminal.
Yeah, no, I know. But I don't want to like pursue it. I've been punched before and stuff.
But I let them know.
Yeah.
I let them know that hey.
In other words, the cop is saying, look, I can arrest this old man. And this youngster over here is going, I don't want to arrest the guy. Clearly he just lost his temper. So give me a bunch of ones for this young guy for not being an a-hole in like making the officer's job easier. Because if you were a cop, would you want to arrest that old man? He probably has dementia or he's bordering on dementia, probably has a wife and kids. And he's probably been brainwashed by years and years of communist news network. I mean, CNN and PMS, NBC, and all these radical leftist news stations that teach that you don't have any rights unless it comes from the government, right? So this guy just thinks it's totally okay to snatch someone's keys and mess with them because they're filming in a place that you have no reasonable expectation of privacy. Think about that. Let's keep watching.
Do it. Well, we'll go mess with Northport. I appreciate you being cool too, because I know we bump into some cops and they're just angry up there.
Years in business, I learned.
Yeah.
It's not my problem.
Yeah.
I just have to try to solve
You got to just solve it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, so hold on a minute. I got to get into this with you guys. This is pretty funny. But let me just get into this next one. Make sure I'm good to go. All right. So it's very rare. It's very rare that you'll ever see a police officer try to shake your hand because they teach in the academy, like if that person grabs your hand, they can pull you in and grab your weapon, right? Pull you in, grab your weapon. So that cop is actually being pretty cool, actually reaching out, trying to shake someone's hand. So I just want to teach y'all cop watchers and all you other dudes, like, comedy and laughter is one of the best ways to obviate or prevent a false arrest, to be honest. So just think about that when you guys are out there. Hello is for suckers is funny too, but may not make the cops laugh. You may end up spending 4 months in the can over something like that. But the bottom line is, like, these dudes were able to, like, break that glass ceiling, like how it was back when my dad was a kid, when they were drag racing on the 22 freeway. That's all I'm pointing out. I'm a lawyer. I've been falsely arrested and beat up by a cop over a parking ticket. And that's what actually motivated me to become an attorney. That's why I'm here today, guys, because of exactly probably why you're here too. And I just wanted you to see there's another way to go about doing stuff. And I'm not saying that you have to do anything I'm telling you to do or anything these kids are doing, but I just think it's pretty hilarious. And it gives me an opportunity to funnel you guys into learning about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. So I've got this other cool video that I'm going to show y'all. Let's get it. Let's try to have some fun and laugh. And then I'll get back into the 10th Amendment Center towards the end for all of you, you old codgers who want to learn more about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Let's get into it.
Oh, we have a lot of people here. Wow. Is that a helicopter for me? No way. Oh my God, there's so many. God damn. I think this is one big old misunderstanding. Earlier. That doesn't count. Right?
I'm going to go ahead and try to push this a little forward.
Hey, excuse me.
Get rid of that music because, you know.
I saw you drinking and driving, so I might have to make a citizen's arrest. I'm so serious. I'm just laughing because I'm nervous because I've never made a citizen's arrest before. Okay. Can you step out the vehicle, please?
Sure.
10-4. We got one of our own kind drinking and driving. Can you just put your hands up right here real quick?
Oh, where's your handcuffs?
Honestly, I do have handcuffs, but not for that reason. Can I use yours?
No, these are mine.
Wait, it's a citizen's arrest though.
Yeah, but if you want to make an arrest, you got to have your handcuffs with you.
What's it gonna do if I take yours? Say now. All right, man. You have a good one, man. You have a good one. How good is the security here?
Why are you asking?
Potentially, rhetorically, theoretically, if you walk out of the store, is it gonna like make a sound or no?
Try it out and find out.
Can you help me at least? I walk out with the purse from Fendi.
You buy something in Fendi.
No, I don't want to buy it. Like I was saying, how good the security is because I want to go in the Fendi and grab a bag and walk out. Is it gonna make a noise?
So you telling me that you want to steal a bag out of Fendi?
Well, I didn't say steal. I just said grab it and walk out with it without paying for it. I didn't say steal.
Dude, don't question my intelligence with bullshit. Please, move around. Do me a favor. Leave the product. Please.
Do I have to?
Yes.
I'll just walk around for a little bit and then I'll leave in like 30 minutes if that's fine. All right, so today I'm gonna show you guys how to steal from Fendi. You just walk in and you walk right out. I didn't do anything, so I'm not really worried. Do you want 500 or redouble it and give it to the next person?
Where's the kid in the orange shirt?
Orange shirt?
Yeah, I'm not playing no games. Making sexual gestures and bells out and not behaving inappropriately.
All right, if I'm being honest, the kid in the orange shirt, it's him. He just changed to a red shirt. He just changed his shirt. I'm just kidding, man.
I know you are, 'cause that's not him.
I wouldn't actually do that.
I'm not stupid, dude.
I know you're not. You're not. Look like a catch.
I'll mess around, man. I can trespass you guys from here right now.
What the hell? No, you can't.
Huh?
I dare you.
You want me to go get the employee over there and have her come over here?
No, there's no need for that.
Should I
But
go get her?
if you go get her, I can't promise I'll still be here. I'm kidding. Okay, listen. Hey, what?
You start messing with me thinking I'm stupid.
I don't think you're stupid. No one's saying that. I think those are like insecure thoughts.
Can I get another unit over here?
All right, well, we'll get out of here. We're not detained, so.
Yeah, you are.
You only said that because I brought it up. I'm gonna leave.
Stop right now. I'm going to put you in handcuffs.
For what?
Because you were one of those subjects and they're making a scene, making these videos. Do you want to go in handcuffs?
Sometimes, yes, it's a kink. I just wanted to give you guys a little rap.
Rap?
Yeah, just tell me what you think, okay?
All right.
Now, everything I say in my rap is all true, no cap. And if you got any doubts in your mind, you can fact check that. Just the other day, I committed a felony. It's been eating up my conscience. It's been killing me. Now I have a warrant out for my arrest, but they'll never catch me. Today I feel like robbing a bank, maybe stealing a car. Already on the FBI watch list, I'm gonna make it far. Currently follow in the footsteps of Pablo Escobar. And if a little kid looks at me wrong, I'm gonna punch him in the face in front of his mom. Every Christmas, I love stealing.
All right, so I want to get into something with you guys that's, you know, a lot of people have like a misunderstanding about. So you saw the cop was like, I'll go tell that store person, come over here so we can trespass you. And so there's a lot of people out there who say that's called soliciting a trespass. So just understand something. Solicitation is a general term under American common law and English common law that has to do with soliciting a crime. So if that cop was soliciting a crime, for example, if the cop was at a protest where people were exercising a First Amendment protected activity in a public place, and he tried to solicit someone to convince someone to break up that peaceful protest, that could be potentially soliciting a trespass where it would be illegal. But typically, when you're on a private parcel of land, it's based upon what I know as a lawyer of 20 years, that is not soliciting a trespass, because it's not a criminal act to ask someone who owns their own parcel of land if they want to have someone trespassed. Now, if they were engaged in a First Amendment protected activity in a public area that was not under the control or custody of the property owner, I think you'd have a different argument. So it's just something, and I'm sure there are plenty of First Amendment auditors who would disagree with that position, but I think that my position is the correct position. Tell me what you guys think. I'd love to hear about it, and I'd love to have guests on to debate it with me. But I think that I'm in a sound position to say that if it's a private area, just because you're filming doesn't give you the right to film on someone's private property. And so if a cop wants to say, hey, I'm going to go ask that person if they want you to leave, I don't see how that's violating anyone's rights. I certainly don't think that a jury would ever find in your favor. And that's the other thing that I like to teach my audience, is that just because you think you have a case doesn't mean a jury is going to find in your favor. If a jury thinks that you're a jerk, if they think you're an a-hole, they might even find in your favor and give you $1. And so now you hired this lawyer who probably spent 10 or 20 grand litigating your case, and he gets nothing or she gets nothing. You get nothing, and you look like a complete buffoon, and you'll never get a lawyer to help you again. So you got to think about the political aspect of what you're doing. And so that's another reason why I like these guys here, the comedian guys, because I think that sugar gets you more than salt. Give me a bunch of ones if you know what I'm talking about, and let's keep on going. Let's have some
packages. Call me the Grinch. My boy behind the camera has drugs in his pockets, but I'll never snitch. I love scamming elderly people. It's an easy steal. I'm only 20 years old, but I'm gonna get drunk as hell tonight. Like, pass me the keys. I'm gonna get behind the wheel. I love illegal shit. It's so fun. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is all a confession. I just wanted to get it off my chest. So everything was true. I'm not like all these rappers that cap him.
Go for 190. Yeah, I gotta go.
Cause the confession?
Go.
It was all CGI. All right. It was all cap. You look pretty bored in here, you know?
You going to the church?
No, I don't know if I'm gonna ask. Is pretty holy, to be honest. If you're looking for weed, I have weed in my bag. Just look.
Coming up to a police officer, asking if you want weed.
I feel like no one looks out for the cops, you know?
You want to go to jail?
Wait, really, man?
You're
Seriously?
trying to offer me weed. That's illegal.
No, it's
Get out of
not.
here.
I'm trying to be a nice.
I don't care. Get out of here.
Can you just look at it? Maybe you might change your mind. You sure you don't want to give it a whiff? I'm gonna reach in and show you it.
No, I'm not reaching your bag.
Okay. I promise you, there's nothing besides weed in the bag. These lights, can you turn them off? They're like messing with my eyes. Are we having a stare off? I feel like, are you hitting on me? I'm like getting really turned on right now, so I don't feel like comfortable at all. You sure you don't want to see what I'm talking about? It's good stuff.
It's illegal to sell drugs.
I don't say anything about drugs. I'm just talking about weed.
Can you send me a 15?
Okay, ask them if they want weed. Another unit? Oh, you're trying to put on your boys? I'm not trying to sell you drugs. I'm trying to sell you weed.
Weed is drugs.
Oh my God, back up. Okay, maybe he might be interested.
Go ahead and ask him. What's wrong with you?
Just trying to sell him weed.
Tell him what?
Weed.
Are you blind?
I mean, the lights are like kind of coming up my eyes a little bit, but
Yeah, I know. Trying to sell weed
yes.
to a cop. What is weed?
Weed.
What is weed?
It's green.
Where's the weed?
It's in my bag. I have a few bags. Well, I tried to show him earlier and he wouldn't look at it. Really? Can you? It's just weed, man. I don't know what the big idea is.
Man, this is funny.
It's seaweed.
Okay.
So
Hope you guys
I
are
wasn't
having
trying
a
to
good
sell
time.
you drugs.
I think this is hilarious.
You see what I'm saying? Why I thought you guys were overreacting? It's just weed. It's organic from Trader Joe's. It's pretty clean. Hypothetically speaking, what's the charge of like going inside one of the exhibits? Like hypothetically speaking.
Oh, why would you ask that though?
I'm just wondering.
It's a felony charge.
It's a felony charge
Yes.
to go into the exhibit.
Uh-huh.
What about like being intimate with the animals?
What are you asking for?
I don't know. Like
Regardless, you're gonna go to jail.
go to jail
Yes.
if I go into the exhibit and like touch the animals. Hypothetically speaking, not me, but like if someone else did in like a vest or some shit.
Look, if you keep asking me this, I'm just gonna ask for ID. That's probable cause right there to stop you and detain you.
So it's a felony charge.
Are you okay?
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm just really into animals. Like I'm curious about like animal facts and stuff like that. I don't look suspicious, do I?
Kind of do.
Really? I feel like we look the same under uniforms. So pandas are off limits too?
I'm gonna stop talking to you now.
Okay.
Don't dig yourself into a deeper hole.
All right.
You
They're just
gotta be
hypothetical
kidding me.
All right, that's enough. Sorry, guys. Not gonna do anything, I promise. All right. It's okay. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Bad. 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 Bad.
I need this one.
What? What the hell did I do? Don't do that again. I just have to spank him and keep him in check.
Right now you're gonna be detained.
What? No. Bad.
Battery.
God damn it. I just can't help myself sometimes, you know?
You just sit down.
I told him not to do anything.
So that would actually be considered a battery, and he did it in front of the cops. So that spanking that guy on the ground with any additional information, if it's a non-consensual physical contact, that's a battery. So something I got to tell you guys, when I watch these cop prank videos, I'm telling you, I think that these kids probably have parents who are lawyers, because it's like they know exactly what they can and can't get away with. Give me a bunch of ones if you think that these kids probably are like super high IQ, off the charts, and know exactly what they can and can't get away with. So you see these mall cops here, they're furious. And the regular cops come along and he's like spanking the guy going, bad, bad. Well, that's a battery, right? So they're detaining him now because they're thinking that he's engaged in a battery. But the guy on the ground has already consented to it, but they don't know that. So I just want to know what y'all think, because I just think this is really interesting to watch how they just walk right on the precipice, right? Let's keep going.
Anything. I told him. All right. That's it. I'm running away. They're not gonna notice, right?
Get back over there.
Can you take what's in my pocket?
Take what in your pocket?
It's a card. I knew it was gonna come in handy.
Ah, darn.
Now you gotta turn around. Imagine. Can I get up? My tailbone hurts. Wait. I want to do it on my own. I've been here a few times.
All right, show me something cool then.
Whatcha? I'm getting out. God damn it. All right, you got me. Oh shit. You gotta keep me away from him because I just feel like doing it again.
Yeah, well, don't do that, because I'm going to see if he wants to press charges.
Hey, better not press charges.
That's actually intimidation, so you can't.
Really? Oh, should I whisper?
Press charges. What you doing there, bud? What you doing there?
Just enjoying Jacksonville.
I'm sure you are.
Huh?
I've already seen it.
Seen what?
The beer that's in your back pocket.
Back pocket.
Or between your legs. Green bottle, Heineken. That you got.
What the? Are you a magician? How did this get here? Oh,
Look, just tackle on yourself.
bless him, man.
I don't really give a shit, but
Oh.
JSO that drives around here,
What's JSO?
Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, especially on a day like this, if they see this kind of thing.
Oh shit. Okay, hold this for a second. Actually, how much? Huh?
Dude, I'm serious.
Oh.
You go up over there, finish your beer,
Yeah,
you
my
walk
man.
around.
My man, my man.
a public park. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know where the parking lots are? Or do you get behind the wheel? Can you both just handcuff me right now and tie me up?
I'm good.
Like, what if I steal something right now?
Please don't do that.
Because then you'd have to.
No, we would call the two guys.
That's cool too. I'm with that. Well, how come you guys aren't wearing any green? Can I pinch you? Yeah, you know how it goes. I'm honestly looking for my 4-leaf clover. I feel like I found it. You think I can get lucky and get your number, or no? I'm gonna go commit a felony now, just because you did that. This is my villain origin story. No, we're just filming something. I'm messing around.
Am I being punked?
Yeah, it's for Jackass.
Do you see like this smiling?
Because she's so pretty. Like,
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
sure.
Are you in a relationship?
I'm married.
You got room for one more?
No.
No? Okay.
You gotta ask permission to video us. You're welcome.
But I had to break the
Exactly. I
news to
agree
you.
with you,
You
brother.
are
I
a
agree
cop.
with Ben
Wow.
Joy on
Like,
that one.
yeah, you are technically.
She almost forgot.
But, like,
She
of
almost forgot the uniform. So I made a little mistake. You look like the person to come to.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, it was like an intrusive decision, and
Are you saying somebody's in that?
I didn't say that necessarily.
All right, I'm gonna detain you. Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
If you hear me out, he was being a little mean. He was making fun of my gamer tag. It was a bad decision.
Gamer tag.
Backup unit. I got him detained right now.
I'm just confused. Are we not allowed to have people in the trunk? This isn't gonna go on my record, right? Like this doesn't count.
Do you have the keys to this car?
It's in my pocket. If you want to reach in there, if you feel
Search.
something that's like a banana, it's not a banana.
Oh, we have a lot of people here. Wow.
Is that a helicopter for me? No way. Oh my God, there's so many. God damn. Holy shit. There is so many. Oh my goodness. I think this is one big old misunderstanding. No.
You got helicopters, you got all this. What's good?
I just didn't know how to open up the trunk. Like, I feel like this is one really, really big misunderstanding.
All right.
So what should we do after this? Should we get lunch together? We have a quick legal question. If I get banned from Walmart for a year.
So guys, so you saw what happened just now, right? So there's like this gray area where these cops are completely befuddled. They don't know what to do. They can't really make an arrest. They already did, actually. In my opinion, a detention is an arrest. But like, what are they going to do? It's a consensual encounter, right? They're like the so-called victim is part of the prank. They call out like a million cops after the guy's already cuffed. The guy comes out. He's just having a good time. Hey, what's up, guys? So you kind of see what's going on, right? Like the cops don't know what to do. They're completely perplexed. So I don't know. Give me a bunch of ones to these guys, these young kids, because they're kind of throwing it back in the face of these guys and kind of having some fun with it. That probably cost the local PD about 20 grand in resources. Just imagine the fuel for that helicopter. So all you guys who wanted to get revenge against crummy cops, you just got it. Let's keep going.
Right
I'm
back.
the wrong person to ask.
Are you not a police officer? You just don't know the rules?
I do. Why do you need to know?
It's a legal question. Like, I'm trying to see if I'm doing the wrong thing. So if I go into the parking lot of Walmart, am I trespassing?
For what?
We did a video there and they just banned me for a year.
You didn't get caught stealing? Shoplifting?
No, we were literally just filming a video
Film a video for what?
for OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Now that you came up to me, what's your name?
No, that's fine. That doesn't matter.
You know, by you not telling me your name, that's a misdemeanor.
No, it's not. That is not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
You
not.
came up to me, so now technically this is an investigation.
What's this OnlyFans quality?
Wait, do you want to subscribe here? Let's come on this side.
Now I'm asking you.
Okay.
You came up to us, what's your name? And if you lie about your information, you could be placed under arrest. Now,
All right, guys, comment down below. Am I going to get arrested right now or not? I'm not telling you that. I got like warrants or whatever. I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
So
joking.
what is the content really for?
No, it's really for OnlyFans.
And what
But
do you guys do on your channel?
explicit shit.
Well, this isn't explicit.
Well, it could cut to one of you guys is interested or not. You guys know where the nearest bank is?
Yeah, I told you that.
Oh, cool. You guys get a call about someone in a ski mask in the bank just to
What would it
just
be?
wave it off. Just wave it off, you know?
Okay.
All right.
How would you
I'll-
describe yourself if you were putting yourself over the radio?
Kid in gray hoodie, black pants, black ski mask, a bunch of money in his hand, a Nerf gun, not a real gun. Be honest with me. Is this an investigation?
I don't know. I just got it.
I'm trapped. What's up?
That
How
definitely
you doing, buddy?
Can you just pretend to handcuff me for this video?
No, I'm not.
I'm kidding.
You're making all kinds of accusations. Obviously, we have to investigate that. We just didn't want to roll up here and start throwing you in the handcuffs.
But I wouldn't mind. He knows what I'm talking about. He's kinky. I know he's kinky. You're a funny guy. I can tell.
Well, you're gonna give me some information. If you give me the
You gotta
fake
be kidding
information,
me.
It's gonna be a problem. All right.
Not the name on the fake ID. I'm kidding. I'm
Hey, don't
sorry.
the jokes, man.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. Look, he's smirking. He's smirking. Oh, hey. How do you stop like an Amber Alert?
It's an Amber Alert for you?
Yeah, like how do I like get this to stop? Like I don't want people to keep seeing it.
Did they take you out of the system?
No, like it's saying like wanted individual. Like I just don't want people to like find that out.
Wanted for what? Can I read it? Can you open it so I can read it?
Can you call like your department and be like, hey, like let him go. Like he's chill.
Let who go?
Like me.
What is the allegation that you did?
Play the fifth.
So where do you live?
I just be roaming around and shit. Oh.
He's gonna arrest him.
Damn, you guys look away for a second and I'm in handcuffs. That's crazy. I was just trying to see like how to like you can just get rid of it.
If it's something legit, you need to be honest.
I just wanted to get rid of the Amber Alert.
Do you think it's funny to come up to us with an Amber Alert?
I think it's like all opinion based. Are you a police officer?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
so
right.
I can't like
He's
bribe you
right.
or anything,
It
right?
is opinion based.
What are you talking about?
Like if I were to accidentally drop like a few hundreds on the ground, like you wouldn't look the other way and let us breach in, you know?
No.
Right? Yeah.
There's really not a lot to see in the building. It's really just like offices and cubicles.
You know, something tells me you just don't want us to go in there, man. What are you guys hiding?
It's just a whole bunch of people in suits.
A whole bunch of people in suits hiding a bunch of information. The moon landing was fake, wasn't it?
I have no idea about that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a Russian spy.
Stop.
Yeah, I just have a really good accent.
All right, man.
Thank you, comrade. The Americans fell for it. Reznov. Yes, we have gone past security and they have no idea. Guys, how's it going?
Sorry, guys. Look, I am a lawyer, and I know you probably want more serious stuff, but there's all kinds of serious cop watcher stuff. I'm just having a good time watching this, and I've had a rough week, so I'm hoping you guys are having a good time watching this with me. I'll get into some more serious cop watcher videos during the week, but for a Sunday, I'm hoping you guys are laughing and having a good time. Give me a bunch of ones if you're having a good time. By the way, if you want to support my channel so I do more crazy stuff like this, pick up a copy of my ebook. I have a digital ebook, not this one, but I sell a digital version of this book called My Journey to Becoming a Practicing Lawyer with no law degree or undergrad, how I did it on the California State Bar Law Office Study Program. And I talk about the other states that have similar programs in my digital ebook that has this same cover on it. And you can go to my YouTube page, Michael Ehline, at Michael Ehline, and you just click on the description. You go to my PayPal link and you can get a copy of this. Since I've been doing this show, I've sold almost 400 copies of this digital ebook of mine, and a lot of people just give them to their friends and family members, but it's a way that you can help me support my channel. And I'd really appreciate it because it's not easy for me to do these videos. I'm kind of burned out. But yesterday I didn't come live and I had close to 500 emails of people saying, why didn't you go live today? So there's a lot of people that like my show, I guess. So if you want to help motivate my wife to let me do this, right? Purchase a copy of my ebook, throw me a super chat, do something, because that'll be very helpful. But I hope you guys are liking, what I'm doing. I'm trying to teach you a little bit about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, natural law, but also throw a little bit of comedy in there to attract the ladies. Because when I first started, I had like 99% male audience. And since I've been doing comedy and having a little bit of fun, I've almost got 20% of my audience female. So that just tells you right there, guys. You want to get a chick, learn how to make them laugh. That's how you do it, guys. All right, let's get back into this video. Here we go.
Going. Grab you anything for dinner or no?
Can I just get a cup of water?
A cup of water?
Yeah. Can you do that for me or we got to order?
I mean, I would have if my girlfriend didn't break up with me like 20 minutes ago. So you're going to have to order food. Yeah. If you guys aren't going to eat anything, I'm going to have to ask you guys to leave.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Give us a few minutes.
No, like right now.
Why?
Because you guys are soliciting. I can give you guys free food if that's what you guys need. I'm not reaching.
Are you trying to make a joke?
No.
Are you putting a fucking can of food to us? That's fucking disrespectful. That's rude. You know that, right? You work here? Where's your manager?
I'm the manager's son.
Where's your manager?
I mean, you can go find him.
What did you just pull out of your freaking pocket, your apron?
Food. I was just trying to mess around. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He was pissed that I brought a can of food. He's probably, you fucking peasant. You bringing out a can of food? Would you happen to have anything to undo these?
Where are you coming from?
Down there somewhere. I just thought you'd look cool, like you just let it slide. Could you just get rid of these real quick?
Is this a fucking joke?
No, I just need help taking these off. Hey, I'm just looking for someone to take these off.
All right.
I figured I'd approach him because he looks cool.
I thought you just got out of fucking prison.
I didn't say that. I just needed to get rid of these.
What it looks like to us is someone escaped prison and trying to get out of it.
Oh my God, now we got a whole show going on?
Are you with these guys?
No. I literally just came here. I just wanted to get rid of the handcuffs. That's it.
Get his name and date of birth. We're going to run him.
Yeah. Damn it.
Why would
We're
we
gonna run him.
I don't want to say it out loud because it's kind of embarrassing, but it's like a kink. Do you role play at all?
I mean,
No.
I'm a cop. That's like one of the #1 role plays, right?
She likes
I can
it.
just come home like this and it's
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you did anything wrong, right?
Yeah.
But you have to understand what we see. Is,
Right.
So that's why we just want to get your name, just so we can verify all your information.
Like real name or name on the fake ID?
You shouldn't admit to having a fake ID to a cop, right?
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
pretend you
true.
didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
You look little.
I'm taller than you. You guys might actually be arresting me after this. You see the aisle 115?
I'm scared here to look.
Because I'm going to take all this off and I'm only going to have this on. I'm going to jump down.
Don't do any of that.
I'll see you guys in like 15 minutes.
No, don't, please. We will get in so much trouble.
Okay. I'm just kidding. Oh. It's pretty cool. Play it cool. Yeah, just enjoying nature and shit.
Where are you uploading this to?
Animal Planet.
Like, for real?
Yeah, it's an audition.
Like, for real?
Yeah, I want to be like Coyote Peterson. I already let like some of the animals like bite me. Yeah.
Wait, so wait, you let an animal here inside of the zoo bite you?
Nah. Because that's illegal, right? You can't do that.
It's a felony.
I was just joking. I definitely did not do that. Yeah. Definitely didn't do that. Nope. I got fired at the other zoo. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait.
I got intimate with the animals and they didn't like that.
Man, come on.
I'm telling you, I'm an animal lover. I feel like it should be okay since we're all animals. Love is love. Yeah, I'm on to something.
I don't know, you might be on something. Hopefully this audition thing works out for you.
Yeah, we just need a human bite now.
A human bite?
If you can just give me like a
Bite
your
yourself.
best
You're
bite.
a human, right?
But like that doesn't count, bro.
Get your camera.
That's cheating myself. He's from Craigslist, so I don't really trust him.
Craigslist.
All right. Well, nothing suspicious over here. You guys can take care. I'll let you guys know if I see anything weird, like anyone sneaking in exhibits and stuff like that. I'll let you know.
You guys have fun.
Thank you. We will.
All right. So, all right, I'm going to drop this link for you guys so you guys can watch the rest of this. Jody. I mean, I think he's pretty funny. So, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to this dude's channel. And I'm going to close out the show with watching a little bit more about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, about the origins of our two-party system. Let's keep going.
Hamilton. I'm not sure if it was unanimous. I'm assuming all of these were unanimous, but I don't know. But Knox, on the very positive side, was a big supporter of a militia instead of a standing army. He was in favor of the people themselves being at least the first line of defense. And a standing army was not something that you have in a free society. He said an energetic national militia is to be regarded as the capital security of a free republic and not a standing army forming a distinct class in the community. And the way that you have an energetic national.
And by the way, just so you guys know, the only thing authorized by our Constitution is the Navy, right? To exist longer than 2 years. That's why every 2 years we have an appropriations vote to refund the Army. Think about that. So a lot of commies, Marxists will say, oh, well, no, that's nonsense. But if you actually look at the historical precedents, you'll see that that's exactly right, that most of our founders, at least the anti-federalists, such as myself, wanted we the people to just be the militia, not the National Guard, we the people. Remember, there was irregular and regular militia. And so all of us are irregular militia. All males 16 and older are irregular militia. Let's keep going.
No, militia is that everyone is really part of that militia. We know that's how the founders looked at it. And those people are well trained and well armed at all times. So a very highly armed population was the view of Henry Knox. He also favored peace with the Indian tribes and a very, very strict, I should have actually had a link to this to include in the show notes. If I remember after the show's done, I'll try to, but he had a very strict view of war powers under the Constitution, even against the Indian nations who had declared war on the United States, were doing incursions. He and George Washington agreed, along with Hamilton and Jefferson. They had some concurrence on war powers, at least at this time, that they couldn't do any offensive measures. All they could do was up to the border and then repel attacks. Anything beyond that required approval from the part of the government which was empowered to make decisions over war and peace, and that was Congress. Anyways, Here he is in his report on Indian affairs in December of 1794. It seems that our own experience would demonstrate the propriety of endeavoring to preserve a pacific conduct, in other words, peaceful conduct, in preference to a hostile one with the Indian tribes. They wanted to establish peace. Now, whether they went about it in a really great way or not, I guess that's debatable. But you can see from a lot of the writings here what they were looking towards and some of the kind of terrible truths. Here's General Knox. It is a melancholy reflection that our modes of population have been more destructive to the Indian natives than the conduct of the conquerors of Mexico and Peru. The evidence of this is the utter extirpation of nearly all the Indians in most populous parts of the Union. I thought that was interesting to include from Henry Knox in 1794. Now let's get back to the next nominations. On September 25th, 1789, George Washington to the United States Senate. I nominate Thomas Jefferson for Secretary of State.
Yes.
And Edmund Randolph for Attorney General. We know, of course, that he did not get his first choice, Robert Morris, for Secretary of the Treasury. He also didn't get his first choice, John Jay, for Secretary of State. It'd be interesting to see how their views may have aligned. John Jay, of course, I think in many ways was closer to a Hamiltonian than to a Jeffersonian, but he certainly was not kind of the extreme, really. It was not he was not Hamilton. Both of these guys, Randolph first said, "Oh man, I'm pretty busy here in the Virginia legislature. We're debating the Bill of Rights, Patrick Henry, or the amendments to the Constitution." They weren't calling it the Bill of Rights yet. Patrick Henry was working to kind of, do some other stuff. And there was a lot of back and forth. He's like, I got to get some stuff done before I can do this. And Washington said, you got to do what you got to do, but I really think you're the guy for the job. So I hope you will take it. So he hesitated to take the job. Thomas Jefferson was the minister in France. He was Benjamin Franklin's, not a replacement, his follow-up. He wouldn't have even considered himself equal to the task of Benjamin Franklin. But he also said, I kind of done a lot of work here. Thank you for the nomination. The way Washington did this, because we're talking about recess appointments as well on this, Washington went through the nomination process for people who weren't around and then asked them afterwards. And then he was thinking, well, if they don't accept, they've already been confirmed because Congress is in session. Then in that situation, then there's a recess appointment needed, and I can come up with a backup. So he reached out to Thomas Jefferson, wrote to him in France. This was a little bit longer back and forth, of course. And Jefferson was approved as well on September 26th, same day as Edmund Randolph, the very day after they were nominated by President Washington. And he's like, I kind of like how things are. I've got some work that I've been doing. But if you really, really want me to do it, I will definitely drop everything. In essence, this is me just kind of paraphrasing some of the back and forth in a number of letters. And Washington pressed him and convinced both of them to join up, and they both said yes. Now, Edmund Randolph was a top legal mind of the time. He's one of the guys who actually was responsible for drafting the necessary and proper clause at the Philadelphia Convention. Now, he made some really interesting arguments about how, well, it is nowhere close to how we describe it today. But
all right, guys. So I just dropped the link to this video. I am in super burnout mode. As you guys probably know, I didn't even want to go live today, but I hope you guys had a good time. We ended up with about 42,000 views, which is pretty amazing for a Sunday. I appreciate y'all supporting my channel. And a great way to support my channel again is to pick up a copy of my ebook, go to my YouTube channel, click on the description, and just pick up a copy of my journey to becoming a practicing lawyer with no law degree or undergrad. It's $19.99. That's a great way to support my channel besides super chats or buying memberships for people. I really do appreciate you guys supporting my channel and emailing me, asking me to come live. I never expected all of the support. I just have come to the conclusion that there's nobody out there who's teaching anybody about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, or police abuse, at least not the way that I do it. I like to get a little bit of humor going. That's kind of like my new thing. And take a look at BZ Watchdog as well. He's doing a live premiere in a couple of minutes. If you guys want to get into some more serious cop watcher type stuff, he's always on my channel. He's a fellow Marine, so we have to support each other as jarheads. That's what we do. But Life Under the Microscope, thanks for following me on Twitter as well. That was pretty cool seeing you come on there today. And just really quick, what I'll do is I'm going to show you guys. Let me see if I can find it. And by the way, BZ, if you want to drop the link to your show, go ahead and do that for us now, unless you're already going live or whatever. But just give me 1 second, guys. I'll show you my channel. because I'd love to have you guys. By the way, if you're a cop watcher and you want me to promote your videos, I have a pretty good Reddit handle now. I've been pretty active on Reddit, and Reddit's kind of big. Like when I put my cop watch video links on Reddit, I'll pick up an extra 500, 600 views. So if you're a cop watcher and you support my channel, I have no problem at all in supporting you on my Reddit channel. And let me make sure you can see me. Okay, so if you just drop my link, if you drop the link to Michael Ehline, hold on, let me drop it in here. All right, so I just dropped my link. So you go to the @Michael Ehline channel on YouTube. And if you want to purchase a copy of my ebook, not this soft cover, but a copy of my ebook, just click on this, scroll down, you'll see you got my blog, you got my law firm. That's if you ever get in a car accident or a motorcycle accident, a trip and fall in Texas or California, go here. And if you want to get a copy of my ebook, go here. If you want to add me as a friend on Reddit, you go here, and then here's my X link, and then Instagram, which we don't really mess around with Instagram because it's a Marxist, communist piece of garbage. Zuckerberg piece of crap, piece of shit. So we try not to mess around with that, but I have it there because so many of my friends are on there, unfortunately. But that's how I do it, and that's where you go, and you can kind of see there. Guys, I appreciate you supporting my channel. We're now at 18,600 subscribers. Give me a bunch of ones for all of my members and supporters who like my channel. That's huge. Less than 6 months ago, I was at 3,000 subscribers. Every time I go live, I pick up about 100 new subs or more. And a lot of people are reaching out to me by email, asking me when I'm going to go live again, and asking me how they can support the channel. And all I can tell you is pick up a copy of my ebook, do a super chat, do a super sticker or whatever. And, and by the way, make sure to like and subscribe and hit double tap the screen, because in vertical mode, that's how you support my channel, is double tap it. Save my videos for later. If you're a long haul trucker or whatever, because I usually go live for like 2 or 3 hours. So that's a way to support the channel as well. But that's my channel, Ehline's Law. And I want to thank guys like BZ and Chili DeCastro and Brick Jonesy and Let's OTVO, all those guys, for staying loyal to Chili from Delete Laws when he was locked up, when everybody else was so happy that he got arrested, even though we all knew in our hearts that it was a false arrest, and that we ultimately, with the help of the Lord, got his case reversed on appeal, and now he's out free again. And so that's another thing that I want to make sure you guys understand, is never jump on the bandwagon and wish someone harm, even if you don't like them. Because when it comes to the government needs to be held accountable. And not liking someone like these, like for example, if you don't like Trump, great, but don't support what these scumbag prosecutors did with these political persecutions. Give me a break. I mean, everybody knows that was political. If you think that that's okay, you probably should unsubscribe from my channel. If they would have done that to Barry Soetoro, aka Barack Hussein Obama, I would have not supported that either, even though I think he's a Marxist piece of garbage who turned everybody against each other based on race. I still would have never supported political persecutions against him. I think it's a really, really dangerous territory to support using the government to go after your political enemies. And I think that we all need to join hands in that understanding that we never, ever, ever want to use the police or law enforcement as a tool like the communists did, like Stalin did, like the Nazis did. And we saw that happen in the last 4 years under this Marxist regime that's in power now. And I'm praying to God that the new one makes some serious changes and doesn't use our FBI and our DOJ as a system of revenge, because all that's going to do is beget more revenge. We need to make sure that we love one another and that we be very, very sacrosanct when it comes to using the government and prosecutorial agencies We need to make sure that everybody has faith that it's a neutral system. Otherwise, we're going to have a violent revolution again. And none of us want that, especially if we have children or we have a wife at home. We don't want that, right? So give me a bunch of ones if you agree that the prosecutorial agencies should be very limited in their scope and only go after people because it's justifiable, not because of politics, like what happened to the Orange Man in the last 4 years with those nonsense prosecutions that should have never happened. And we know they're all going to be reversed on appeal anyways. So what a joke to try to keep him from running for president. Absolute disgrace. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you all joining my channel. Go check out BZ Watchdog. He's got a show coming up. It's probably already live. You know, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. Semper Fi, do or die.